Hey everyone, it's Liam from AdButler again, and for this video we're looking at our different zone tags. There are 5 main zone tags in AdButler, and today we're going to go over each one individually and when you might use it. So to start, a zone tag is the chunk of code that places your banner on a page. It passes along the banner and usually some extra information for tracking and display. Choosing the right type is really important because, depending on the situation, your banner might not show or you might miss some features if the zone isn't properly configured. For most people, the asynchronous JavaScript tags will work, and if you're not sure, they're definitely ones to start with. But if you're interested in the other types, that's what this video is here for, so let's get started. The 5 types of zones we have are asynchronous JavaScript, which I call async, JavaScript, iframe, basic image, and JSON API. No matter what zone you want to use, you will always get the zone tag in the same spot by clicking the Get Zone Tags button in the top right of the zone. Here, you can change the tag type by clicking it from the drop-down menu. We can see that as I select each option, the zone tag below is changing to reflect the new style. I've already set up instances of the 5 zone tags on some test pages, so I'll be heading over to those in order. The zone we're working with today has a few different banners in it. I'll try and focus on both the big points as well as some of the technical aspects of each zone tag, using the banners as examples. I'm going to start with the showstopper. Async tags are what almost all situations call for because they have 3 distinct advantages over most of our other tags. They change their behavior based on the type of banner, they don't hold up the page load, and they collapse when nothing can serve. They are, as I've said, almost always the best choice. An async tag will check the incoming banner and make allowances for how it should display. For example, if it's an image, it'll display it in an image tag, but if it's a custom HTML banner, it'll put it in an iframe, which is basically a web page within a web page. That's what I meant when I said the async tag changes its behavior. It changes the delivery based on the banner. The second benefit to the tag is the async loading. Async means that the user's browser will request the banner and then keep on loading the page while the banner is on its way. This is especially important for banners with large file sizes or when you're tapping into exchanges. If some part of your chain is taking longer or if the user has a slower internet connection, the experience won't be held up and they'll still be able to see the website. Finally, if for whatever reason you don't have any banners in AdButler to serve, whether there's a quota or there's targeting or anything else, async zones will also collapse down into nothing. This means it won't break your layout and you won't get a big ugly white box if for whatever reason your banner doesn't show up. Using async tags is a very important part of keeping users happy, which is extremely important when it comes to advertising and advertising banners. Basically, use async unless you can't. JavaScript tags are almost exactly the same as async, except there's no, async property, and they don't collapse down. The JavaScript tag will serve creatives in their proper containers, like this rich media banner in an iframe and this image banner as an image tag, just like async. But the request will hold up the page load, so be careful if you're using exchanges or serving large files like videos. This can be a feature for some kinds of websites, as async loading can mess up certain aspects of programming. JavaScript tags also don't deliver custom HTML banners and iframes, which might be required to make use of our responsiveness features. So, if you need custom HTML inline or your banner to not be async, use JavaScript tags. Now, our iframe tags are available as 2 different kinds: JavaScript delivered, so placed by a script, and we just call those iframes, and the straight HTML version. They both function almost identically, but we would recommend using the normal iframe unless you're in a situation where you cannot run scripts. The main benefit of iframe tags is that everything, including images, are delivered in an iframe. Publishers might request this from time to time due to however they've set up their website. A benefit of iframes is that, once they're placed, the page doesn't have to wait for their interior to load, so they're semi-async. However, iframes cannot participate in responsive design, so if that's what you're looking for, you're best off heading somewhere else. Really, only use iframes if you want an image banner to be in an iframe. Our second to last tags are basic image tags. They skip all the scripts in bulk and just deliver an HTML image and click tag. However, there are some downsides to this delivery method. Impressions and clicks may not track properly, especially on mobile, because image tags work off of cookies for tracking. Image tags also, due to not using scripts, can't make use of our advanced features like unique delivery. Because of these drawbacks, we really only recommend using basic image tags if they are specifically requested by one of your partners. Basic image tags should be seen as a last resort. Finally, we have our JSON API tags. Now, these are a bit different and are only meant for really specific use cases, usually requiring some custom coding on your end. If you aren't up to it, you can skip past this part. However, if you want to do some custom implementation or you're just curious, I'll quickly go over the basics. JSON, for those who don't know, refers to a standard object format in JavaScript that is used for most requests. When using our JSON tags, you place a request and they return a JSON object, so you can't just place them on a web page. The JSON response looks like this, and you can see it contains all the information needed to display a banner however you want. This is a response for a simple image banner. We give you the ID of the banner, the destination for the click, and the location of the image, as well as the dimensions and any other settings you've set for the banner. You can do whatever you want with this information. That's what the response is here for. Now that all our tags have been covered, you should be a bit more prepared for the different situations that might come up. As I said before, and I'm going to keep saying it, we do recommend async tags in almost all cases, but we know that in some specific situations, you might want something else. Let us know if this video helped at all by commenting or sending us an email, or if I missed anything. Also, if you are looking for videos on anything specific, leave a comment and/or email us your suggestion and we'll get back to you. As always, Liam from AdButler here. Thanks for watching and have a good day.